Hello friends, welcome to Thermomixing Adventures. Lisa here. Today we're making something I have never made. I have made ordinary raw mayonnaise many times over the years. I've not done cooked mayonnaise though. So today I'm going to try this different recipe. It's different, so let's give it a go. It's rated really well, 4.7 stars. So we know that it's going to be amazing. It's always important to check your star ratings on Cookidoo to make sure that it's going to work. Anything under about a 3.8, just don't do it, okay? Something's not quite right. So let's go start. You can make this on whatever model you've got, okay? Place a jug onto the mixing bowl lid end. Next, weigh into the jug some grapeseed oil. So I have high oleic sunflower oil. Last time I did mayonnaise, there was a lot of discussion around different oils and, you know, people saying sometimes it tastes really bad and stuff. Some people can get away with using a light olive oil. I can still taste that and I don't like it very much. Grapeseed oil is flavorless. So it depends really what you've got. But if you pick an oil that's got a flavor, it often will cut through and be the dominant flavor, and you may or may not love that. If that ever happens to you, reach out. I do have recipe suggestions over the years because Mayo seems to be one that people often reach out to me over because it either splits or it either splits or it doesn't taste right. There's still ways to use it and enjoy it, okay? So please reach out if that happens to you and you try something and you're like, oh, how do I use this? You know, it's too expensive to waste ingredients in our modern world. So just don't. Hello, Kim. Lovely to see you on today. Set the jug aside. In a bowl, crack 2 small eggs and set aside. These are my chicky eggs. It's fascinating, actually. I don't know if you guys can see through there, but one is a slightly different orange, but that's cool. All right, next, place 1 teaspoon of salt and 30 grams of white wine vinegar. So this is the part that cooks up, from what I can gather, and gets nice and hot. But 30 grams is not much, so don't go too heavy-handed. It's like a tablespoon and a half. Hey, Karina, lovely to see you on. And you're making mayo too. How cool is that? All right, in this goes. Yeah, mayo is something we always have on hand. I can't buy it. I just can't. Not when you can make it yourself. And, you know, I like quite a lemony, bitey mayo. Like, I like that real oomph through it. So you can't buy it. And even when you do, it's just not the same. And it's got veggie oil in it. And anyway, I'll just stick on task. So we're going to cook this. 3 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 1. Let's press the play button. Now, I am curious to see how we go getting the egg through the lid to cook. So normally, you actually pour it through the lid going 30 seconds, speed 3. So before we do that step, because I cannot imagine an egg yolk plopping through those little holes. There are holes there, you just can barely see them. I reckon if it's mixed, we'll be okay though. I hope. As I said, I haven't made this before, and I don't think I even made it in my TM6 days. So, yeah, but anyway, that's okay. Mixing it up. So, yeah, we'll be using this over the coming days on some potato salad, cauliflower. Well, we do a kind of a mixy salad. Kids will have it with their roast veggies at night, things like that. By the way, I got mail this morning, which I'm super excited about. I had to look and check. I pressed play then. The TM7 is so quiet. I was like, did I actually press play or am I talking and it's not going? So I got mail today. Thank you, Thermomix, for my new tea towel. So look at this. It's like nearly big enough to take to the gym. It's nearly gym size. It's a little bit short for a gym size towel, but bamboo cotton. Got the Thermomix blades on the back. I love that they made it a darker color because I don't know about your house, but I really struggle to keep things clean, like stain free. But it's so soft. And from all reports of those who have used theirs already, my mail's a bit slow. We have snail mail around here because we live out of the way so much. But those who have already got them last week and used them over the weekend, they take so much of the water in. So they actually like suck up all the water, which is super cool. But yeah, the idea of the size is that it's big enough for your thermomat. So you can dry that and roll it up in it beautifully without it the thermomat being out the ends of it. So I'm excited. Thank you, Thermomix, for this. This is one of the perks of being a consultant. If you've ever thought about becoming a consultant in the lead up to Christmas, it's a really good time too. So whether you've got, hello Kelly, whether you've got a TM7 already and you just want to come in and inspire and those people around you, or maybe you don't have a TM7 and you want to earn it, we've got a really cool earn program on, or maybe you got a TM7 and you want a second one. Yeah, really good time as we lead up to Christmas, because, you know, people are wanting to get them in time for Christmas, because how can you do Christmas without a Thermomix? It would cost us so much money to buy the food we make to both gift and eat at, you know, that time of year. Hello, Amy. Lovely to see all these people and these friendly faces on. I have the nicest people that come on and watch me. I'm so grateful for you guys. So anyway, new tea towels. I hope they'll be in the mix shop. Actually, while I mentioned the mix shop, something worth noting, and it was last week, I'm not sure if it still is, the Thermo server, the brand new one, the 2.7 is currently available in the mix shop for a limited time. That's right, it's muck from the dishwasher. Just for a limited time. It may even be gone already. So if you want to get your new we can do a demo and you can get one of these discounted or free if a friend buys. So we can do that online. But if you just want to buy one, they just think they're a limited time, like, because they didn't want to advertise it as a host reward without it being like having an RRP. So it's there. It may be gone. I did see a few people snap it up end of last week. So the couple they may have had in there might be gone. I'm not sure. Go check it out. But these are the new 2.7s. They seal. There's actually a strap that goes under and onto these little end bits, but really handy. So while that was impromptu, wasn't planning on telling you that, but well worth if you want to get one like now, because otherwise I do presume, actually I do know that we're just going to be there for a second so that they had an RP, and then they're going to be host rewards going forward, which is what we saw with our old Thermo servers. So where are we up to? Back to our current step. Next, I love how the Thermomix tells us what to do. It makes it so easy to even like chit chat and it cooks. How good is that? And I don't get distracted and miss a step. Hello, Sue. I don't think I said hello to you, but lovely to see you on today. Okay, 30 seconds, speed 3. I have whisked it up, which was not in the instructions, okay? It's me hoping it'll go through the hole in the lid. So let's press play. Meanwhile, follow the next step. Add the reserved eggs through the hole in the mixing bowl. So I'm going straight into the center one, which means it does go in. I love that. The reason I'm not doing it into this outer one is because then it's got 2 spaces it actually has to get through. By the way, the reason this is cooked egg mayo is because now it's getting cooked in there, right? It's going in, it's 80 degrees, it's pasteurizing in there. So that's why it's cooked. Cooking it also means it's going to last longer in your fridge. We tend to not have a challenge of using it up fast enough, so it's not normally an issue, but maybe you do. Maybe you're just cooking for a loved one and you don't use that much mayo. I also think on that note, hello Chris, lovely to see you today too. If you do not want to make a big 300 gram batch, 300 ml batch this size, if you were just cooking for you and another half and you don't want to make a massive batch because it's got 2 eggs, you could just do 1 egg and just halve the oil, do 150 grams of oil instead. So I reckon this is a perfect recipe for that portion down, unlike the non-cooked version, which just has 1 egg in it. So you're kind of stuck with doing a full capacity because you can't just put in half an egg unless you whip it up and measure it and, you know, that sort of messy stuff. So you might as well just do it like this. Next. So now we're going to put the oil in. So it's 1 minute and 30 seconds, speed 6, and meanwhile follow the next step, which I presume is we're going to put the oil in. This could get messy. Whew. Okay. Very slowly pour it in. Let's see. Okay, maybe I was too heavy-handed going in that fast, and sometimes you can be. All right, so something to know if mayo splits, there's 2 things. It could be that it's run out of yolk, the yellow bit to actually absorb the oil in and make it white and creamy, or you can go too fast. It's a bit like pavlova, Anyone made a pavlova and failed because you dumped the sugar in too fast? Same process. It doesn't get a chance to break those sugar molecules down fast enough. So I don't think I need the full time because maybe I was too heavy-handed, or maybe it's just amazing, the Thermomix. Let's have a look. The moment of truth. And by the way, I was stressing about nothing with this recipe. I was like, oh, am I going to be able to get the egg through the hole in the lid? I reckon if you didn't whisk it up, like it needs a note in the recipe that says, if you have a TM7, whisk your egg up first. Just a hot tip. Okay, moment of truth. Have I split it? And then I need to show you how to put it back together. We'll soon find out. Nah, it's perfect. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Stoked. All right, let me just grab a spatula. I will scrape it down and make sure I get it all in. So that is perfect. And it's cooked. It's still hot. If I go in a minute and have a look. Oh, there it says Fahrenheit. Oh, that's right. The kids did a recipe yesterday and they changed the scales over. Very yummy recipe. It was called carrot and apricot caramel cake, I think, and they didn't do the caramel. Very yummy. Everybody who tried it loved it. So soft. Such a wonderful cake. So I might just whip this up for a couple more seconds to just get all the egg in, because like there's a bit here on the lid and stuff like that. But otherwise it's ready to be chilled. How cool is that? I'm stoked. Let's just press play for a second. Won't take a moment. So 130 Fahrenheit. Okay, that'll do. Now I'm going to take this moment because it's a great moment to capture this. So they changed what they were doing is they were making a cake and he needed to mill sugar down. And the cake was in ounces. He was using the sparkly 6 I've got on the bench. And he needed to do ounces and he was like trying to do the maths to do it. And he was probably going to do it well. And I was like, hang on, you can change the default. So he came over here and let me just show you, because it's good for you to know how to change the default too, right? Just another hot tip. So this is done, by the way. Place into a bowl or use immediately and store in the fridge until needed. Okay, down the side on our menu on our TM7, if you have a TM7, this is how we change it. We go to settings. We come down to scales and cooking. And here it says, you can see here, metric or imperial. You can see here, change it to imperial. Go back to metric. There we go. Come on out. And now when I come to my manual cooking and I can look at my temperature, it's 55 degrees, which was obviously very close to, well, it's probably decreased in temperature now, but the 170 Fahrenheit. So it has decreased in temperature. But there you go. There's a hot tip for those of you who have a TM7 and you're wondering how I can do it. TM6, you can change yours as well. You can't change it in a recipe, so don't get confused. If you bring up an American recipe, it's in ounces. You can't go to the menu and change it to grams. Okay, you can't do that. But in the case of, hey, I'm manually doing something and I need to know how much, you can make your scales do ounces for you, which is really handy, especially with the old-fashioned stuff. All right, guys, have a fantastic rest of your day. Take care in all you do. If I can help you with your Thermomix, do reach out. If you need further information about something or clarification, I'd love to hear from you. But otherwise, take care, and I'm going to see you in the next video soon. Bye for now.